What is up, everyone? My name is Sara and I am a fitness instructor in NYC. This is Trainer of the Month Club with Well+Good. I'm going to take you through a full-blown power workout. We are talking max intensity, max effort, and we are hitting full body. All you'll need today is your mat, your bod, and a set of dumbbells. Let's get it started. Starting with those feet hip width apart, we're gonna take it with 2 squats, dropping those hips low, chest proud, into 1 good morning, hips push back. Rinse and repeat, 2 squats, keeping that chest proud, pushing those hips back, 1 good morning. Now take your time here, especially on those squats. Figure out where your glutes are today. How are those hips? How are those hammies for those good mornings? About 10 seconds, we'll take this a little bit further. Lateral lunges, stepping out to each side, hinging at those hips in 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg steps out, little reach, center, left side. Now continuing that theme of pushing those hips back, creating that beautiful long spine. If you start to feel those shoulders roll forward, this is your time to be dramatic. Roll them things back, pack them in your back pocket, and we rock out here for a little less than 10 before we actually dedicate some shoulder mobility. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands behind head. We're gonna kiss those elbows, open out that chest. On that opening, that chest says hi, those shoulders are packed, and the energy is just opening into the space in front of you. Beautiful. From here, taking it back to the lower bod, quads, reverse lunges with a knee drive, right side only, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot steps back, finding that reverse lunge. Let's go for 1 balance at the top. Back to that lunge. Now I want you to focus on the drive through that stabilizing leg. You're starting to ignite the power there. Driving through that front heel. If you need to take a second, modification, ball of the foot. And then whenever you're ready, you can float that leg up. Again, use that drive through the left leg. Get ready for that switch. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch it out. Left leg step, right quad work. Now we assess, is this side a little bit more stable? Make note of that knee, making sure it's nice and in line. No rolling in. If it does, take a moment, assess, roll it out, do your thing, drive it right back up. Less than 10 here. We're gonna take it to the mat. 1 walkout into a world's greatest stretch. In 4, 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Hinging at those hips, walking out to your highest plank here. Right leg floats, hips drop, open up that chest. Exhale, inward rotation. Back to your plank, you walk it right back up. Big reach at the top. Playing with this motion for about 20 more seconds, alternating that world's greatest stretch. Inward rotation. A little less than 15 seconds left. Once that timer is finished, we're gonna meet back down in that high plank and finish this activation strong with some plank knee drops. Here's that countdown. 4, 3, 2, high plank, pressing up and out of those shoulders, double knee tap to the ground, press through those heels, extend those legs through. Now we're igniting that core here. Again, we're hitting full body, max effort, finding our power today, showing up and showing out. Countdown, activation station is closing. In 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Shake that thing out. Bodies are warm, endorphins are flowing. Here's what's gonna happen. We have 4 main chunks we're gonna get through. First is your heavier lifting, you're gonna go for that set. 6 to 8 reps, EMOM. Every minute on the minute, you are doing a squat with a knee drive. Once you finish 6 to 8 reps, if you have time within that minute, drop those weights, recover. That's it. Every minute on the minute. But guess what? We have 4 minutes, so 4 rounds. If you don't have time within that minute and you just finished your last rep, you go straight into that next round. After that, we hit a AMRAP. 4 more minutes, as many rounds as possible, but when we get there, I'll explain further. Let's focus on this EMOM. Grab that heavy set or medium, whatever is your dumbbell choice today. We're gonna hit 6 to 8 reps in that first round, first minute, 1 squat, 1 knee drive. In 4, 3, 2, let's get it. Hips are low, chest is proud. Power up, knee drive. That is 1. Notice I'm going at a slower tempo and a little hold at the top. Reminder, you have a range of reps here. Maybe your first round you hit 6, and then you increase to 7 and 8. That was 4 on my end. Count those reps. You have a little less than 30 seconds here. I'm gonna go for 8. Right out the gate, that first round, we hit an 8. All right, those are my reps. If you are still working, you have a little less than 15 seconds. If you're in recovery mode, how is your range? How is that core connection? How is those glutes? Now, for the second round happening in 3 seconds. 2, let's front rack it. This time we play with tempo. Second minute starts now. Little hold at the bottom. Big power drive at the top. Beautiful. So here, we're learning when to contain that power, drive it up, find that hold. Challenge, more time under tension in that hold at the bottom. Nice balance with that hold at the top. And that is my 8 reps, baby. If you're still rocking out, I'm giving you my energy. Stay locked in. This is your 15-second countdown. If you're in recovery mode, we have 2 more rounds. Countdown, round 3, 3rd minute on the clock. In 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Longer holds here. Maybe you count 1 1,000 and then drive it up. Work. Every single time those hips pull back, you get a little bit lower. You challenge that range. Each round should feel a little bit different than the last. And if you need to get wider at any moment, I will allow it, but you don't want to turn it into sumo squats. So just a little bit wider than hip width if you need to. This is my last one here. Beautiful. Sending you my energy, or this is your recovery. You got about 10 seconds. We make our way to the last round, and then we get a little breather before we go into our AMRAP. Countdown. In 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Last minute on, 6 to 8 reps. Find those holds, find that drive. Maybe you count 2 seconds. I was gonna say 2 2000s, but that's kind of like a tongue twister. So just count 2 seconds. Just add another second to it, okay? You got about 4 more reps. I'm saying I have about 4 more reps. You're probably done or rocking out at your own pace. Little less than 20 seconds on, and we have checked off our first EMOM. Okay, I don't know why that last one, I really felt it. We got lower. We spent more time under tension. 5 seconds, if you're still rocking out, we close up shop in 4, 3, 2, 2, 1 and done. Take a second, eyes on me. I'm gonna demo your first AMRAP, your first non-stop movement for 4 minutes on the clock. First power move. 6 reps total. We're gonna split this up 3 by 3. Plank walk. I'm saying plank walk and I'm doing a dumbbell snatch. Dumbbell snatch, 3 times on one side, hips pushed back, power it up as if you're throwing your shirt in the air. Once you hit 3, switch it out, 3 on the other side. Second move, we're gonna hit a plank walk, taking it to that high plank, alternating each elbow drop for each rep. 6 alternating. Last but not least, finding a little bit more power here. Feet hip width apart, dumbbell swings. 6 reps total. So here's what's gonna happen. You have 4 minutes on the clock. You create your own pace, cycling through those moves, 6 reps per exercise. You can take a breath after each round. This is your 4-minute party. You ready? Dumbbells in hand. Well, 1 in hand. Starting with that single arm dumbbell snatch. In 4, 3, 2, let's get it. Finding that power on the pushback of those hips, but keeping that chest nice and proud. Power at the top. Switch it out. 3 on the opposite side. Using that breath connection to help you find that power. That was my 3. Second move, high plank, plank walks. Dropping down to your elbow, pressing up. Modification if you need to. Drop those knees down to the mat. Remember, spine is long, no booties in the air. And last but not least, once you rock out with those plank walks, set up shop first. Don't feel like you have to fast pace these transitions. We wanna make sure form is A1. Feet hip width apart, hips drive back. Big breath, driving through those heels. Dumbbells float up, no higher than eye level. Count those 6. Once you're done, take a moment. You deserve, but the timer is going, okay? A little bit over a minute there. Start your second round whenever you want. And I want you to elevate some things with this second round. Take it a little further. Push those hips back a little bit more. Drop those hips low. And just sprinkle on a little bit more power. Again, fine tune those transitions. Modify wherever you need to. Those plank walks can get really spicy. Make sure your hips are staying nice and squared off as you lower down and press up. I got one more here. Again, I really used to hate push-ups. Now they incorporated some way, somehow into my classes. But keep it going. Swing time, let's get it. And if you ever need to modify these swings, you can rock out with 1 dumbbell. Same rules apply. Keeping those arms as close to the bod and allowing that dumbbell to just float up in space. Guess what, crew? We're past that halfway mark. Almost at that 90-second countdown. Challenge. For those snatches, I'm allowing you to go for a double snatch. Whoo! Get crazy. If not, take it back, single arm. I think I got a little crazy there. Those 6 just took me out. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. The point is here to stay uncomfortable. Uncomfortability, growth is at the other end. Keep glowing and growing. Find those moments. If you feel something is off, take a second, assess, tap right back in. Crew, we are creeping up to your last and final 60 seconds here. A lot can happen in 60 seconds. You can squeeze another round in. I got about 3 rounds in. Are we counting our rounds? Or are we just enjoying the moment here? It's okay if you are, but I would love if you count those rounds. Okay, that was the ending of my third. I'm gonna start my fourth, taking it back to single arms. And just like that, this is your last 30 seconds. Lock in, tunnel vision, take off. Max power, max effort. Empty the tank, count down, 15. These are where those smooth transitions come into play. In 8, 6, last 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Hey, that was cute. That was nice. Was it? I hope you feel good. Take a moment, you deserve it. You got about 20 seconds on the clock. As you break, as you assess, as you recover. We're back to that EMOM, last round of the EMOM. We're gonna hit a deadlift into a front lunge. Hips are gonna push back, painting those shins. Front rack it up, stepping into that front lunge. Alternating each leg after that deadlift. Counting the lunges, 6 to 8 total, okay? 4 rounds, you know the deal. Set up shop. Hopefully you had enough time. We're back, we're moving and grooving. In 3, 2, your first minute starts now. Hips push back, power up, front lunge. Hips push back, find that power. Now, if the front rack is too much, you can keep them right by your sides and go for that lunge. For this first round, I think I'm gonna go for 6, just to assess each movement, my range, my breath control. That was my 6. If you're still moving, you got about a little 15 seconds left. Get those reps in. Take a second. That was a little bit of a progression. That front lunge can be a little spicy. Again, if the front rack is ever too much, take it out, hands by your side. You know that second minute is coming up. We got 3, we got 2, we got 1. Round 2, let's get it. Paint those shins, hips push back, front rack. Now, to really make that front rack position as smooth as possible, I want you to drive through those heels. Big exhale, drive the elbows towards the hips, and they just float up. Again, push hips back, elbows towards hips. Everything just floats on up. And just like that, I'm breaking, giving you the energy. You got about 15 seconds on. How are we feeling? We have our last 2 rounds. We made it to that midway point. For these last 2 rounds, now I want you to add even more power out of that deadlift, even lower lunges. Maybe you hold before you start again. In 3, 2, 1, let's work. Hips push back, paint those shins, more power, hold, work. Hips push back, power, exhale, hold. Make note of that front toe and that front knee in that lunge. Now you may notice your heart rate is probably a little bit more elevated with this EMOM than that first. Yeah, we did that on purpose. All right, I got mine in. This is that moment where you decide what kind of person you are when you work out. I'm a roamer. On my breaks, I just roam around. You know the roamers, Then there's the ones on your phones. I'm such a roamer. It's like I will walk all the way to the other side of the room in my minute break. With that being said, in 3, in 2, romers, back to space. 1, let's get it. Last and final. Maybe for this round, you push for 8. Don't forget those holds. Don't forget that breath connection. How is that core control? Are you letting your core go at the bottom of that lunge? Belly button to spine, especially on that push back in the hinge. Crew, we got a little less than 15 on the clock, and then this round is donezo. EMOMs are out of here. 5, 4, 3, 2. Gonna squeeze in one more. 1, donezo. All right. Here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna hit one more AMRAP, but it's gonna be very short, very compact. I want you to think 2 major moves with 1 minute on the clock, okay? We're just gonna go non-stop. 4 reps each move. First one, push press, 4 times. Woo. Big exhale, power at the top. Last but not least, we're gonna hit some squat jumps. 4 reps. Once you finish that, back to the push press for a minute total. You ready? Grab those weights. 4 reps each move, 2 moves, 1 minute on. In 3, 2, 1, push press. Little bend in those legs, major press at the top. Once you rock out with those 4, find that squat hold first, elevate. 4, 3, 2, 1, shake it out, back to the top. Guess what? We are on that 30-second mark. Now I'm not too concerned about how many rounds you can get in. I just want you to keep moving. Keep moving and grooving. Last and final, 15. Okay, things are getting spicy now. Countdown, 8, 6, last 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa, we're done. That was intense. Let's take it down for cool downs. Take a second, meet me on the mat, lying on your back. We made it. We emptied the tank. Let's roll it down. Maybe close your eyes. I want you to place your hands on your rib cage and focus on that deep breathing. On your inhale, expand. On your exhale, feel those rib cages. Come back in. And when you're ready, we're gonna rock out with the figure 4 to start. Right ankle, left knee, pulling through that space in between, making sure that back stays connected to the mat, especially that lower back. Energy is still ignited through that left heel and that right heel. And on your next exhale, migrating to a hamstring stretch on that right side in 3, 2, planting that left foot, extend through the right, set up shop first. And if you feel like you can get a little bit deeper here, extend that left leg and allow that right to float into your chest. Maybe open out those hips a little bit. Come back to your neutral position. Last and final 3, 2, left ankle, right knee, figure 4, opposite side. Again, keep making those connections with your breath. I know this sounds crazy, but don't forget to breathe. Even I forget sometimes. You're so in it, and then you're like, wait, am I actually breathing? Face is all red. take those moments. Dig deep. Award your body with oxygen. Last and final 3, 2, extend through that left heel, plant that right to start, set up shop. And then when you're ready, get a little deeper. You can straighten out that right leg, flexing through that left toe, maybe opening out that hip a little bit. Back to center. And we're gonna flip it and reverse it, meeting in a tall kneeling position in 3, 2, 1. Left knee down, right foot is right in front of you. From here, chest is proud, going for a nice side bench stretch. Again, you wanna open out that left hip flexor. Last few moments, and let's switch it out. Planting that left heel, squeezing that right glute, creating space in that right hip flexor. Little press throughs forward, and then come back to neutral. In 3, 2, 1. Meeting in that quadruped position, hitting a down dog, hips up. Soft bend in those legs as you walk your hands to your toes or toes to your hands, rolling up as a fan, each vertebrae at a time for 4, 3, 2, big shoulder roll back, proud chest, proud moment. This is Trainer of the Month Club with Well+Good. Your girl Sara here. Don't forget to subscribe. Sara out.